Hey, what's up, you guys? Paul here, and today, I know I deleted this video a few months ago, but that was just only for copyright reasons, or just to avoid any more issues. But what I was getting back to was about the story that I'm writing. I want to turn to a sitcom, and so far, I've been struggling with that. But it's a really good show, and I really think more people would like it if they just take a closer look at it. Because the show, it's about this kid who's a junior, and he doesn't know what to do, what he wants to do with his life after high school. Because it's not because he's lazy, but it's because he has so many different talents that he can't choose between one. He loves to play the drums. He makes artwork. He he did taekwondo for 4 years, so he's a black belt. And what was the last one? Oh, he's also a theater kid. So with all those put together, it makes him wonder which one can he do, because if he chooses one, he feels like he's abandoning the rest. And that's what the show is about. Well, yeah, it is about him, but we focus more on other characters as well. So the main characters himself. Well, I'll go over the eight main characters first. So first, there's the main man himself, Miles Thompson. He's the main character of the show, or he's named after. He's the main character whose the show is named after. So that's the one thing. And then for the rest of the characters, there's his parents, Faith and Dave, his three siblings, Tisha, Andrew, and Jordan, and his two best friends, Roxy and Brody. So for the show, even though it is titled Living with Miles, it's not always about Miles himself. Well, like, not every episode is going to focus on him, because you want to break from just seeing one character. You want to see development with other characters and learn more about them instead of just being focused solely on Miles, because I know people are probably going to get tired of seeing him if he's just the main focus of every single episode. So in the episodes, it's going to switch over to, like, maybe his siblings, maybe over to Roxy and Brody. Well, it's gonna switch consistently. Some episodes will be about Miles, sometimes they'll be about someone else. That's why I said it's going to constantly switch back and forth, because you don't want to just have the focus on one character and then people just get tired of seeing them. You want your audience to stay invested in what's going on. So yeah, with the show, I've I really I've it's hard to explain. I'm trying to find the right words. I basically mapped out everything down to the last detail. I built a whole world, a whole list of characters. There's 19 characters in total, like 8 main characters, 11 recurring characters, and put that together, yeah, that's 19. So yeah, it's a lot of characters, and we will get time for all of them in certain episodes, because you just want to take like I guess one episode at a time, I guess. But yeah, they won't appear in every single episode. Well, the recurring characters won't appear in every single episode, but they will appear in episodes at least now and again, if this ever does become a show. But that's why I'm telling you this, so that you could share it with others, and hopefully this gets brought to uh, networks, or maybe social or streaming platforms. Because to be fair, I'm not desperate right now, because there's just a lot of stuff that I'm going over and just fixing in case, because I want this to be a sitcom, and so I'm taking my time by just going over the little stuff, making corrections, and also like making sure I stay up to date with continuity, because I think that TV shows often do is that they sometimes forget their own consistency, their own lore. Because this guy that I watch, Aggressively Average, I'll link his name in the description below so you can take a look at his channel. But one thing he says is that shows have always got to like be consistent, because he says he doesn't like it when shows can't keep things consistent, especially if it's like for the main focus of the plot. And that's what I took into account when I first watched his channel, because he covers a lot of different TV shows, and he calls out all the mistakes and continuity errors, and I'm taking notes. Well, I'm taking mental notes of that, well, also physical notes, so that way in the future, when this becomes a show, or when Living with Miles becomes a show, I make sure that I keep everything up to date, and I don't say one thing when it's not entirely true, and then just well, you know what I'm trying to say. I want things to be consistent, so that way we don't cause major plot holes, which is kind of what Agro was talking about when he covered the episode Hell and Back from Victorious. So so that's what. So Living with Miles, I am I am the writer of the show, but also my friends are also helping me balance out the show. They're basically co-directing or stating what they want for their characters, because you know, even though I am the writer, I want to know what other people or what my friends want in the show as well for their characters, because I don't know how each character functions yet. Well, I do know how they function, but I'm saying that when people tell me or when my friends tell me what they want for their characters, I can put it in the script and make it come to life. Yeah. And I and it really has, and it's really looking good. The pilot is like finished, but I'm just going back and like correcting a few mistakes and everything and such, just like making sure everything is perfect. Well, I wouldn't say perfect, but making sure it's accurate to a sitcom, because in sitcoms you want to balance out between comedy and also just tackling heavy situations, but because you don't want it to be like too, you don't want it to be too like what's the word? I'll think of it. But what I'm saying is, for shows like this, it's a realistic approach to life, so both teens and adults can watch it. Because for the show, if I just made it one of those like sitcoms like on the Disney and Nickelodeon channel where everything's just so clean and sanitized and unrealistic, then it kind of loses the point of that. I mean, sure, it would still be a show, it would still be a sitcom, but it would be aimed more towards younger children if I just decided to do make it like, if I decided to just like have it just like no language or just like again, it's a little harder to explain because like for the show, oh, here's a good example, because this one show that I watched, or these two shows that I watched, the first one is The Neighborhood, and most of you probably know that show, but for those who don't, it's about a white Midwestern family moving from Michigan to Pasadena, California. And so the show is rated TV PG, and that's what I mean. So there is realistic stuff going on in there, but there's only so much that you can like show or just talk about, and that's why with Living with Miles, I'm taking that a step forward. And then with the other show, this is the Netflix series Forever. What they did was they were being overly realistic, and yeah, it's supposed to be realistic, but you can't be like explaining every single detail or getting too explicit into stuff that we don't need to know about. But you can still just like talk about it for like a few minutes in the TV show, and that's why I'm thinking maybe this show is probably gonna go into like that TV 14 rating, if possible. There might be an episode or two where it is rated TVMA just because of like a particular scene or a set of dialogue, but well, let's focus back on the story, because the story is still not published, but it's really good. The pilot episode is really well thought out, because I did write it, and then I asked for like some creative like notes or just like anything that I needed to change to make it more like realistic to life. Because like I said, this is gonna take a realistic approach to life. We're gonna because we're not gonna we don't have to hold back anything. We can show what really goes on in the world instead of just pretending like everything's all sunshine and rainbows, which I don't think we should do. Because if, like, say you want your kids to watch something educational, or at least you want your teens to watch something educational, I would suggest this show, because it takes that approach to realism. But like I said, there's still a lot to work out, and hopefully this video gets out to anybody, because like I said, I'm not desperate. I'm in no rush to get this done, but I do want someone to at least bat an eye, or or at least inform others about this story, so that way, when it comes time, I can pitch the pilot, or at least the concept of the show, to the viewers, or to the streaming networks, or whatever. But anyways, guys, that's it for now. If you like this video, don't forget to rate, like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!